We live
Yes,
and direct. Welcome everybody, Bolts and Holes podcast number
93?
Is it 93?
I think so.
Fact check.
We're up there. We're getting close to 100, man.
Noventa y
The
Tres.
centennial episode. We'll have to do something special.
You know, I went to that was my high school centennial.
Really? You went to high school?
I did long time ago. Barely made it.
Like the best 6 years of your life?
The best 6 years of my life. I'll tell you what, boy. You're real funny, you know that?
I know. It's about to storm out there, man.
I know. I'm sitting there watching behind you. I'm telling you, there's some naders back there.
Jamie's all tense over there, thinking there's going to be a tornado, big storm.
We had a plan, and we were going to go hide in the bathrooms. And Jamie said, not a chance. She's going.
I
In the
would
men's
not
restroom.
trust that, no.
She said the women's restroom's clean.
I tell you what you do, you go get in the Cybertruck.
No.
The Cybertruck is the safest place here.
Maybe. I guess
Yes.
you're right. I mean, it is bulletproof.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. Maybe. I'd hide in a CNC.
It'd probably pick you up and take you somewhere, though.
You should hide in a CNC. That'd be the best place.
That's
You're
not
moving
bad.
those things.
I don't know. They're made of thin metal on the top.
And you're going to get chips all in
Yeah,
your
may not
rear
be
end.
good. Yeah, and you didn't need to turn the power off first.
Yeah. I wouldn't know how to do that.
So it's been 2 weeks since we had an episode, or 1 week?
We
2
missed
weeks.
last week. So we've missed a week. So yeah, we were, I guess, 2 weeks.
And as you may know, we were in a beautiful part of California, Big Sur.
Monterey / Carmel by the
Carmel.
Sea /
That's
Big
a great.
Sur.
I have never been to that place.
Me neither. It feels like you're in Goonies
It's
or
great.
different.
I've
Like,
spent a lot of time in LA, a lot of time around the Bay Area, but nothing there in the middle like that.
dude, Big Sur was insane.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
I've been to Bakersfield, a little bit closer, but that's
Just
desert
desert.
and
Yeah.
pump jacks.
Yeah, this was just like, I mean, you don't get cell service. It's just, they've done a good job. I'll give California credit there. They've done a good job where they're not like making resorts and shit.
Building there, yeah.
It's just, it's untouched.
Yeah, it's very vacation oriented.
Well, yeah.
Lots of mountains, lots of
Nature.
quaint houses. All those houses were in the 50s, I think.
Bungalows.
Yeah, they were just like old contemporary style homes, but well kept.
Some of them are new. You can tell
and
they were
worth
some stuff.
millions of dollars.
I think
Yeah.
the cheapest house I found was $2 million. It was like 1.7.
Yeah, and that's probably
And it was a dumper.
deal. Yeah,
You know. But it was just a cool spot.
that's great. So we had a team from Patriot Bolt run the Big Sur International Marathon.
Marathon.
We had lots of people participating. You got to give credit to all those
Everybody,
guys. Yeah.
dude, it was insane. I mean,
It was
we
a
both
hard-
drove the course.
I mean,
and-
marathon in general is tough. 26
26 miles
miles
to run on your
yeah.
feet.
And the weather sucked.
Yeah, it was cold
It was
and
cold,
wet.
rainy, windy.
Yeah,
There were
and you're
gusts
going
of wind.
uphill for the first
And
half
they're,
of it.
and they're right on the water, so the wind is just howling.
Yeah, it's destroying you.
Yeah, I felt bad for them.
I drove it, and I drove it after the fact, and I was like, God damn, that's very impressive.
Yeah, I was we were the hydration specialists.
Yeah, we took care of we took care of the water. But it sucked. We couldn't be on the course, so we had to just sit at the finish line.
Yeah,
And cheer random strangers on.
yeah. But it was fun though. It's cool to see everybody go through. I think there were 4,500 people running this thing, and to think there's that many people.
But that's not all for the marathon. That's for every race. So they do 5K, 10K, half,
The 21.
and then the 21. I
Yeah,
think.
and then the full. But still, you get out there, that is a feat of strength.
It's motivating. I don't know how you felt. When I came home, I was like,
Always,
dude,
yeah.
I'm gonna do something with my life.
They had
I'm gonna stop drinking whiskey.
They had the Ironman in the Woodlands a couple weeks ago, and that is something special, man.
Something totally different.
I mean, you think about a marathon, and then you tack on a 112-mile bike ride and 2.5-mile swim, back to back to back.
It's crazy.
Man, you see those people, man, just in tears.
It is crazy.
Because, they train for a year for that thing.
Yeah.
And that may be a short training run. Yeah, terrible.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
The forklift taking over.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
We have some nut material, some large diameter hexed bar. They just got done hexing on the mill over at this building, and the forklift is driving it to the next building. And it just looked massive on that fork.
We rented a forklift, a big forklift, so we could offload some new equipment this week. And that Toyota hasn't come and picked it up yet. So our guys are just toting around 50-pound pallets with a 12,000-pound lift. But speaking of that, we got some new equipment in this week.
Oh,
That's
baby.
exciting.
You have gone mad, I tell
This
you.
is great. This is
no,
great.
we got some badass.
We got a
equipment.
5x10 bed fiber laser, which is a 3 kilowatt.
So what's your plan? What do you
It'll
think?
cut some thick stuff.
What do you think we can do best on that? Washers?
I think
obviously.
washers is probably the most obvious thing.
Yep.
You know, we get a lot of those inquiries for specialty materials, and they're not on the shelf. You know, we're having to machine it from round bar. Yeah, perfect, Alex. We're having to machine it from round bar. It's a lot of work. There's a lot of waste there.
Take this one. Take this one with you, and we'll trade.
This one looks great. Okay.
Well, he didn't do the middle.
Okay. I kind of like the middle unfinished. Thank you, Alex.
Johnny, you want to come say hello?
So we could do washers on that. You know, shims is another thing that we don't do a whole lot in, but there's a huge market for it out there. And that laser is perfect for that. You know, it's the fact that it's a fiber laser is a whole very, very tight tolerance.
That's quick, man.
The edge finish is just pristine. It's not like a water jet or a plasma. I mean, the fiber laser is definitely the highest quality edge.
For sure.
And the precision is, you know, bar none. The whole, you know, within a couple of thousandths tolerance.
It's impressive.
It's good.
Yeah. Maybe some flanges, maybe some like spacers, and
so we won't use
some
it every
goofy
day,
things.
but you know, for certain jobs, it's great to have.
And I bet you play around with it a little
We
bit.
can make logos, and you know, the other thing I was going to mention, I was going to talk about is we were going to have a car show here in a couple of weeks. So Christian, one of the machinists out in the shop, he's got a lot of cars, a lot of like lowriders
Toys.
and things on bags and things like that. And then there's a lot of other car guys in the shop, and they've got a lot of friends. And we were just going to host a small little meet and greet here at the shop and
Little fundraiser?
in the industrial park on a Sunday. We're going to have it on May 18th.
May 18th
So we'll bring some cars out, and
on a Sunday.
there'll be some guys selling tacos and have some drinks out here.
Sunday fun
It'll
day.
be cool. I think we'll fill the parking lot up.
Yeah, I bet there's gonna be a lot of people here.
My son is kind of in a car community at Kingwood High, and he's got a bunch of friends that have a bunch of cars and their dads, and I think they'll all come out too. So that'll be neat.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Yeah. But what parlayed me into that is for the laser, we were talking about making a couple of trophies for like best in class, like a Patriot Bowl winner.
With like a lowrider.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be kinda cool.
Or for each class,
Each
you could put
category.
an outline of a car on there.
Yeah.
So, you know, you get a wooden base, and you can buy those on Amazon. We can cut an outline
Yeah, it's a
and
good idea.
make some trophies.
It's a good idea.
So, see, we're already getting some value out
Yeah,
of it. Yeah.
that is. It's a good idea. Get some titanium sheet.
Maybe not. We could do the rustic theme, though. It's kind of like an old rat rod, you know, where they leave it
Yeah.
rusty.
Get
And
a
they
little
don't,
patina on there.
and they don't, yeah, exactly. So we could just take some carbon steel and let it rust.
Let it rock, baby.
Yeah. It's,
Let it rock.
It's got character.
Absolutely. This
So-
starting to get crazy out there.
I know. Yeah.
Get ready.
So we'll talk about some parts.
Yeah, we got some cool parts, man. I mean, obviously we've been out for a few days, but we came back to it. Shop is jammed up.
I'm sure we've shipped a bunch of stuff that we would have liked to have seen in the last few weeks.
I will tell you what, man. It started to rain, so they're going to drag some of the pallets in. We don't have any more room.
Yeah,
We need
we've
another
just
building.
got pallets staged outside.
We need another building.
I think we've got one order that's about 20 pallets. Is that right?
It's
Something
gonna,
like that?
I talked to him yesterday. He said he's not worried about it until early next week. So I think they're going to probably get it packed up and ship it out the door like Tuesday of next week, hopefully.
That's a massive order.
20 pallets. A lot.
That's not
standard, some
typical for us.
specials.
You know,
Yeah,
we
standard
do,
specials.
We do a lot of smaller volume stuff, but for us to have one large order with,
I think it was 4 orders. I think 4 or 5 orders.
yeah.
Remember, you just unleashed those one day.
Yeah.
So
That's nice.
Come on in, big fella.
Speaking of my son and Jackson,
Come on in, big fella.
we were just talking about you in the car show.
Yeah. Come on and say hello. Thanks for doing your hair today.
You're welcome.
So come tell us what cars are going to show up at this car show, Jeff.
Well, we have a Turbo S, a Porsche 2022, and then a Porsche Carrera 4. It's a 964.
Maybe the
But I'm talking about like Nick's 944.
Oh yeah, Nick's 944, and we got an M4 2016. We've got a big twin turbo 335i,
Yeah.
540.
You think Lewis will come?
I don't know. Maybe.
We need some American.
That would be something crazy. Maybe we could ask Lewis to bring the Ferrari.
Any
or
of your
something.
friends have American cars?
Nick's got a Mustang.
Okay. No muscle cars? Older muscle cars?
Nothing
gotta bring
old
this
now.
shit
We gotta bring the Chevette over here.
We need American
the
muscle.
Bronco. Maybe the Bronco will be
Make
ready.
multiple trips.
I'm gonna need some drivers.
Yeah,
I'll be
you got too many
designated
cars
driver.
for people.
Hopefully the weather holds up, but it'll be fine.
It's supposed to stop raining.
Yeah, really. Well, we're doing the podcast, so we were about to show some parts. You want to do the parts with Bryce?
Yeah, I can show the parts.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can guess the size.
Yeah, you guess the material and size and what it is. Go ahead. You want to start big or small?
Big.
Big. You want to go big first, huh? I like your style, Jackson. So this, my friends, is a big stud. What do you call this thing?
Double-ended stud.
Double-ended stud, right? Because it has threads on both ends, so they call that a double-ended stud. You got a dog point on this end, nothing on this end, and they're gonna drill it. They're actually gonna drill it all the way. I think they're going in. I think it's all the way through. Really? Is it all the way through, Danny? Do you remember? I don't think you've been super involved in this one. These big double ends that Chani's making. I think they're gonna drill it because we were gonna send it out, but I think we're gonna do it in house. So we're gonna drill a hole, a 5/8 hole all the way through.
So what size is that? What do you think, Jackson?
What's the diameter?
2 inches,
2 inches.
2.5.
It's not a bad
Keep
guess.
keep going. Keep
I think
going.
it's 3.
3 inch. So 3 inch OD. And then that thread is, what do you think? I mean, you're not gonna.
How many threads per inch?
So
6, 7.
it's a good guess. It's 12. It's a fine thread. So it's 3 inch 12 by 14 inches long, B16 double end special dog point drilled hole.
That's an unusual one. Generally, you'd have 8 threads per inch on a coarse thread, but since it's fine thread, you have more threads per inch.
Yep. It is. It's a little goofy. But B16 material, they gave us actually 3 weeks to make these. So we've had time on these.
Whoa, that's an eternity.
I know, it is. So cleaned up the shoulder of this thing, have a couple reliefs here. It's a beautiful, beautiful part. Beautiful. All right. Here we go. What you think about this one? Look at this guy.
Bryce
this
is taking that home with him.
Is one of my favorite parts. Look at this. Look at this. It's like a sword. Yeah, is that what you'd
Sword.
call it?
Yeah.
What else could you call it? What's another word? Another just ascribing word. And
Bryce's favorite toy.
My favorite toy.
A tent
like
stake.
this.
A tent
A
stake.
tent stake. That'd be good. It's a guide pen. It's got to be
Exactly.
right.
Yeah.
It'll guide some piece of equipment into a hole, and then it'll probably thread on first, and then guide that piece of
Yeah.
equipment.
I think it's this way. So you've got it threaded into the bottom of a hole, and then something that comes down because that's where it guides down. So you've got gravity that's holding it, and it lines it up as they lower it.
There you go. This was B8, 304 stainless steel, all machined. This is a beautiful part, man.
Great part. How many pieces of
I
that?
don't know. I didn't see. That's a lot. I mean, it's maybe 40 pieces I saw out there. What do you think that is? I didn't even look at this, so I don't know for sure.
I gotta say 3/4 10.
That's what I would guess. A 3/4 tin with a 1 inch body
Yeah,
there,
sounds right.
right? So 3/4 diameter here, 10 threads per inch, and then this is a 1 inch body here. Sexy? Yeah.
Super sexy.
Super sexy. I love it. I grabbed this part because it's a fun story.
That's great. That brooch and that hex look
So
awesome.
check it. So flathead, socket head cap screw, 82 degrees angle here. I think this was a 5/8
Yeah.
11, made out of B7 material. So a guy called us or he actually reached out to us via the internet. I think he lives up north in Maine, and he could not find someone to make these parts for him, and he needed them in a couple days. And so he only needed, I think it was only 4 pieces.
What's the material,
wasn't-
Jackson?
B16,
It's close. It's about half of that.
B8.
B7. It was close. Half is B8, so you're spot on. B7 material. What's that made out of?
No idea.
4140, quench and tempered. 105 min yield. 32 max hardness, right? 35. I can never remember the hardness.
Sounds about right.
So all machined in a couple days. Pretty well.
That's a great looking bar.
So a guy randomly called us on the internet.
I will comment on the hex on that. Look how beautiful that is.
Yeah,
That's
it is.
great. It's just clean. It's perfectly milled. The finish on the inside of that is great.
I can never do this. So yes, trust us. It is beautiful. Trust us. So that's what we got, parts of the week. What do you think? Beautiful.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of really good work.
We're on episode 93 right now, Jackson. Have you watched, how many of the others have you watched?
6.
6.
Like the first 6 and then I stopped.
Who's counting though, right?
6. You're supposed to be one of our loyal fans.
My bad. I was
supposed to be like spreading the love with all your
I
friends.
was the first subscriber.
Were you really?
True.
Or second,
Okay.
yeah.
Or
something
second.
like that.
All right, fair enough. You got a little cred there. But you gotta like have all your friends watch this. Maybe they'll learn about
Gotta have,
bolts.
like,
That want to get in the industry.
Friday night Patriot Bowl.
Yeah, it's
movie
like a
nights.
watch party. Exactly. That's a good idea. Maybe we should do that one night up
A
here.
couple of White Claws, some bacon.
Yeah. Oh, sign me up. Sounds
Little
like a
bit
great
of Coke.
time. A little bit of what?
What?
What'd you say?
Like Coke. Like
can't
you don't like
say that on the
Coca-Cola?
podcast.
Oh, like
Yeah.
like a soda pop.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
You gotta quench your thirst.
I don't know what you kids in Kingwood High are
I
doing.
know,
over there.
damn, look out. So Jackson ran the marathon. What'd you think? How hard was it?
It was really hard.
Was it way more than you expected?
I think it was easier than I expected because everybody just like made it seem like it was the worst thing in the world.
Yeah. But it was pretty hard.
How
Yeah.
much did you train, Jackson? How would you describe the training experience?
I'll describe the training as very easy. You know, I had like 2 to 3 training days leading up to the marathon. So
Like 3 months ago, though.
yeah, I've known since like Thanksgiving. I've been meaning to train, but
I mean, it's impressive that you can go out there and run as much as you
I'm
did.
still hurting.
Yeah. Are you?
A week later, yeah.
What hurts the most?
My hips,
Really? Your hips.
His back was hurting. Yeah.
back, yeah.
When I got my back, it's a tough. Man, I couldn't do it. I was very happy being at the finish line, cheering you guys on. That's where I
Good
belong.
pasta at the end.
I didn't even eat. I just drank all the beer. Free beer. Sign me up. Let's go. Okay. On that note.
Episode 93.
93's in the books. We'll see y'all next week. Jackson, say goodbye. Tell everyone to subscribe and like. And
Goodbye, everyone. Please subscribe, like, and share with all your friends, and make sure to comment.
word up.
Car
word
show,
to your
May
mother.
18th.
May 18th car show. Cheers. Have a good weekend. Stay dry.